sky like a dragon. The book in my dream showed me. Touch the sky like a dragon. The book in my dream showed me. Said it couldn't be done. They said it, but they were wrong. Said it couldn't be done. They said it, but they were wrong. Touch the sky like a dragon. The book in my dream showed me. There's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about at all. Sky like a dragon.
I can't believe I've been stuck here this long.
Not much contact with others around here. Got the Skull village to the north, but the Nords there keep to themselves.
What news do you bring from Fort Frostmoth? I had my suspicions that he was undead. How else could he have survived for over 200 years? It's a shame. There are quite a few tales of General Carius's exploits, including the founding of Raven Rock. Councillor Morvain told me to give this to you if you made it back in one piece. And you got rid of General Carius. Better than a soldier's pay, so you should be thankful. It can be. Even the most experienced warriors can fall prey to petty distractions. They usually didn't amount to much, but they make my job that much harder. Some of my own men have become quite accustomed to a spirit they called Emberbrand wine. Despise the stuff myself. It's powerful and tremendously addicting. I've seen men fail to finish even a single flask. If I knew where they were stashing the bottles, I'd put an end to it myself. You would? That would be helpful. I just don't have time to do it myself right now. They're too smart to have left it in the bulwark. I'd search one of the abandoned houses on the outskirts of town. Ah, this is bone mold armor. Quite impressive, wouldn't you say? It's fashioned from actual bone that's been reinforced with a resin-like material and then shaped to form the armor plating. It might appear brittle, but I'd wager it could stop the blow of a weapon better than iron or steel. All of the soldiers in this town are Redoran Guard, some of the best warriors that House Redoran has to offer. I've spent quite a few years honing their skills, and I can assure you they're not just your average city guard. To protect Councillor Morvain, of course. He has quite a few friends on the council back in Morrowind, and they wanted to ensure his safety while he was here. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to discuss it. Find me that stash of wine. I'm itching to be rid of it.
If you're looking for passage to Vardenfell, you're out of luck. No ships are heading that way anymore. There's nothing beyond the bulwark, except wild Nords and ash wastes.
If you're looking for the East Empire Company, They've been gone for over 100 years. Try Window.
Captain Gjallan does the business around here. I'm just the ship's mate.
With the Ashbourne threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve. Well done, friend.
You haven't seen Precious Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again. No, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know. I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Precious, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble. Well, it's been a long time since someone from the guilds bothered to make their way out here. So tell me, how's my brother Delvin? Still spending his nights at the Ragged Flagon trying to win Vex's heart? Good to hear. Tam Layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood a letter saying how he's doing. Can you imagine? Anyway, I suppose you're looking for work. Well, I got bad news. This place is drier than a damn bone. Eager to make some coin, eh? That's the spirit. I'll tell you what. The guild's got a problem out here that I've been trying to deal with for years, but haven't been able to handle. Don't look at me like that. I'm all alone out here, with no one to watch my back. And besides, it's really my problem anyway. I caused it. A fellow Breton who went by the name Esmond Tyne showed up on my doorstep about a fortnight ago. He noticed the shadow marks like you did, and I thought he was one of us. That he did, right out from under my nose. Can you believe it? It's my own formula for improved bone mold. Took me years to perfect. Well, before he ran off, he was talking some nonsense about trying to fence goods to the Reeklings at Castle Karstag. I told him he was crazy to even think about talking to those vicious little buggers, but he wouldn't listen. I'd bet a fat purse of coin that he's either dead or hiding out up there. You do that, and I'll make sure you're set up right. You won't be disappointed. No, wait. Maybe. I don't know how I know that name. I'm not sure. I don't want to talk about this. A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune and chose Raven Rock to ply my trade. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful in Riften. I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Ryth, a very talented armor smith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot, including how to repair bone mold. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since. It's the only tool tough enough to crack Stalrim, is what it is. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art. The one Cretius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it. Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that. I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do. Looking to protect yourself, or deal some damage? You tell Cretius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
Oh, my father and mother are the richest on the island, and that includes Councillor Morvain. That's not someone who lives in Raven Rock, I don't think. But it sounds so familiar. Maybe. I can't help but think of some sort of temple on the island. Why would that be? Next time, then.
Find my pickaxe yet?
About your account, it's been a few months. I said to put it on my account. And
you're right. If you ever need apothecary supplies, talk to my wife, Milori.
I think so, but I can't remember how I know him. Or maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. I think so. But the only thing that comes to mind is a shrine near the Earthstone. The Dunmer have been growing food in the Ashlands for thousands of years. It was born out of the necessity to survive in the harsh climate of our homeland. And now, with the constant eruptions of the Red Mountain, it's more important than ever. No, only the Telvanni have the ability to weave living growth from the ash. This simply takes the right ingredients, the right tools, and a lot of patience. If you've got something to sell, I'm willing to buy. Why don't we see what kind of deal we can make? If you've got something to sell, I'm willing to buy. Why don't we see what kind of deal we can make? Next time you're hungry, stop by. I always have plenty of food for sale.
It's busier now that things are starting to look up. I guess I might stay a bit longer after all. Mining gear? No. However, I used to sell East Empire pendants until I ran out of them. Popular little item. It's an amulet that was made exclusively for the East Empire Company. They gave them to their workers as an incentive at one point, a kind of reward for extra effort. They're no longer being made, so they've become a collectible. I'd love to get my hands on a few of them. They could be anywhere on the island. The mines might be a good place to start. If you find any while you're exploring Solstheim, bring them here, and I'll pay you for them. I think I maybe had a dream about someone with that name. It was very strange. Was I building something? A shrine down on the beach near the Earthstone? I'm not sure. The question you should be asking is, what don't I sell here? Because I have pretty much any supplies you might need. If it's not a weapon, potion, or armor, then it's likely that I have it.
Care for anything from my stand today?
Jarland, over at the docks, brings me most of my supplies. And the rest comes from bartering with the people in town. Oh, Glover Mallory gets me a few things once in a while. He usually has the most amazing deals that I can't pass up.
To stay that way.
Bad? What if I told you that you're the first person that's even considered looking at my wares today? I've half a mind to contact my friends at the East Empire Company and see if they need an extra hand in Windhelm. Oh, absolutely. In fact, I've corresponded with Vittoria Vici herself more than once. You know, the lady who runs the East Empire Company warehouse in Solitude. The biggest warehouse they have in Skyrim. Bah, you're just like the rest of the folks around here. Mark my words, the East Empire Company will return to Raven Rock, and when they do, I'll be at the top of their list. Everything I've got on display, really. East Empire pendants are scattered all over, so leave no stone unturned.
I work for Mogul. You got a problem, you talk to him.
Destroying
I'll give you this warning only once. Stay out of my way, and we'll do just fine. No, wait. I recognize the name, but I'm not sure why. I don't know. I feel strange just thinking about it. A temple, maybe. Here on the island, something about a temple? Until next time.
Merkel doesn't lend
Looking for any
coin to
potions?
Outlanders.
Ingredients?
Look
Alchemical
somewhere else.
supplies?
The least I can do for you.
I don't think so. Though it sounds like a name I've heard before. I hear that name, and I see a temple here on Solstheim. What could that mean? After we left Morrowind, we found ourselves in Skyrim. We wandered around a bit and ended up in Morthal, where we took up temporary residence with Lami, the town's alchemist. I was fascinated by her work, and over a period of a few years, she taught me quite a bit.
That's the end of it, understand?
It wasn't long before we became homesick. We were the only Dunmer in Morthal. When word reached us that a settlement of Dunmer was forming on Solstheim, we were thrilled. It's been difficult, but I'm not regretting it one bit. In fact, I'm glad we've been able to stay and help.
I've gotten a report that you've been harassing some of the townsfolk. Is this true?
Oh, come on. You know me, Captain Bella. My head.
As you can imagine, the eruption of the Red Mountain took an awful toll on Solstheim. Hunting for game has been scarce, and the waters are apparently too tainted for fishing. According to Councillor Morvain, my husband's been Raven Rock's most important food source for decades. Yes, I'm proud to say that I grow or harvest most of it myself. I only wish I had a better source for netch jelly. Those creatures are difficult to track down since it's so dangerous beyond the bulwark. That would be splendid. I'd be more than happy to give you something for the effort. You've already learned all I can teach you. Take a look. Careful with those netches. They may look tame, but they can seriously hurt you and threaten.
Always nice to speak to someone from the mainland. Marek. I'm sure I've heard that name before. Haven't I? Was it in a dream? May your path be free from danger.
This island's nothing but a pile of rubble. What's the point trying to make a life here? I think so, but I'm not sure where I heard the name. I don't know why, but I'm thinking about a temple here on the island. Maybe it was just a bad dream. Don't like it? I hate it. Every day it's the same thing. We open the shop, we hardly sell a thing. We close the shop and go to sleep. What kind of a life is that? Oh, believe me, I'd be on the first ship off this miserable island if I could. But I'm not sure I could do that to my father. I think it would break his heart. We've already lost my mother. I don't want to leave him alone. We lived in a settlement, perhaps a league from the border of Black Marsh, the homeland of the Argonians. Even though the Argonian invasion ended a long time ago, there are still a few scale-skinned clans that live within our borders. To put it simply, they attacked our settlement and slaughtered almost everyone. It was horrible. Keep yourself safe. Solstheim's still a dangerous place.
My husband Bendel feared visitors would shun Raven Rock. I'm glad to see you.
I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Squatting isn't tolerated in the abandoned buildings. If you need a place to stay,
He's never been the same since my mother died. I don't think he ever wants me to feel the pain he suffers.
At some point, you're going to have to choose. No matter the outcome. Always respect your decision.
Destroying the ash spawn has made it safer to work in the fields. Thank you. Looking for any potions? Ingredients? Alchemical supplies? If you're looking for any exotic ingredients, just ask. I might have what you need. My husband Garen maintains our farm. Without him, Raven Rock would likely go hungry.
Is it because of your father, or is it me?
He's never been the same since my mother died.
What do you need?
He ever wants me to feel the pain he suffers.
At some point, you're going to have to choose.
Yes?
No matter the outcome, I'll always respect your decision.
Need something? What do you need? Yes? Need something?
Bethis, I'm quite busy at the moment. Why hasn't a redder been posted at the shop like I requested? You and I... No, we can't spare any money. I don't care if you still have friends at the East Empire Company or not. They abandoned us long ago, so your contacts are meaningless.
Destroying the ash spawn has made it safer to work in the fields. Thank you.
Assistant, my apologies for doubting you, Seryo. I appreciate the help you've been giving us. Head over to the retching mansion.
Welcome to... We have all sorts of authentic dark elf food and drink here. Gildis spares no expense. Did I know someone by that name? Someone that wanted something. Maybe I'm just confused. I can't be sure. Until next time.
Yeah, I heard you before.
Teldrin Sero, blade for hire. If you have the coin, I'm at your service. The best swordsman in all Morrowind is at your service. For the right price. Then let's be off. Long story, but I don't see the harm in sharing it with you. My last patron was a true Nord. He was dressed in animal skins, had tattoos on his face. A real traditional type, if you know what I mean.
He had an insatiable bloodlust and was extremely stubborn. One of the toughest employers I've ever had. Simple. He paid well. Very well. Anyway, we'd just cleared a ruined fort somewhere outside of Whiterun, and when we got outside, we saw one of them galloping away on horseback. Well, my boss wasn't about to let him get away, so we pursued. On foot. For 3 days. Until we ended up tracking him to one of the largest bandit encampments I'd ever seen. My patron took one look at me and made the most menacing grin I'd ever seen. At that moment, I knew I'd never see him again. No amount of money would ever be worth that kind of death. Right behind you. Anytime you want to head for Skyrim, I'm right.